those small children were in a horrible situation tonight, something that they're going to live with for the rest of their lives.
A neighbor is being called a hero for helping save children in Pasco County from a deadly situation. And survivors of the Parkland shooting are calling for peace across the country with a brand new plan. Plus, a musician gets mauled to death by a bear in Canada. We'll have more on that coming up. Good morning. Brightside at 4:30 starts right now. Well, good morning and thanks for joining us here on Early Brightside today. I'm Rob Finnerty. Caitlin Lockerbie is off today and tomorrow. We're going to get you in the know in just a minute, but first we do want to get a check on your local weather with Grant Gilmore. Good morning.
We're kind of flying just the two of us
Yeah,
today,
just
right?
you and I today.
Yeah. Jabari's here, right?
Like the old days, Jabari is in the house, so
okay,
he'll be with us.
Jabari's here, Laura's getting ready for the traffic, but for the time, you guys are stuck with us.
Yes.
Sorry about that. Let's talk about the forecast here, guys. Not bad this morning. Hopefully you're having a good morning so far. Temperatures are in the upper 70s to near 80 degrees. 80 in Tampa, 81 degrees in St. Pete. Clearwater, you're waking up now at 79 degrees. So we are going into our Thursday morning doing just fine. Humidity on the low side, cloud cover on the low side as well. A little bit more cloud cover through the Nature Coast right now. Otherwise, we're finding partly cloudy conditions across the Bay Area right now. A couple of storms late last night. This morning, no rain to worry about. Once again, at the bus stop, we're doing just fine. We'll see partly cloudy conditions, temperatures around 77 degrees. Sunrise is at 7:04 this morning. We'll see partly cloudy skies as we go through our morning with an isolated shower possible for that ride home. More likely finding the rain as we go into the evening hours. Guys, a couple of systems that we're keeping our eyes on in the tropics. Tropical depression Chantal weakening, but a new area of thunderstorms to watch currently moving through the Bahamas. Will break down this forecast. It could impact Florida as we head into the weekend. We'll have all the details coming up in just a few minutes. Rob,
all right, Grant, thank you. Looking forward to that. We want to make the most of the time you have with us this morning, even if it's just a few minutes, so let's get you in the know, and let's do that right now. A man who was mowing his lawn is being called a hero by the Pasco County Sheriff's Office this morning after shooting a gunman while saving the lives of 4 kids. He heard someone screaming. His neighbor's kids were being lowered to safety out of a second-story window. He ran over to catch them. At one point, a man with a gun confronted that neighbor, and he shot and killed the gunman.
Domestic violence, to go back to, is a horrible situation. I hope people go out there and talk about it, because we have to stop the cycle.
As soon as we know their names, we'll let you know on our website, WTSP.com. We're keeping a close eye on this story this morning. We also have a 10 News alert out of Pinellas County today. The sheriff's office says they responded to a call about an armed person inside a home in Oldsmar. When they got there, they found a man dead inside that home. We'll bring you more details here on Brightside and on our free 10 News app. Opening statements in the Michael Draka trial offered very different perspectives on what happened. Was it self-defense or was it manslaughter? The 49-year-old admitted to shooting Marquise McLaughlin outside a Clearwater convenience store last July. He was arguing with Brittany Jacobs, McLaughlin's girlfriend and mother of his 4 kids, over a handicapped parking spot.
I said, "Do you want me to get my man?" He says yes, if he wants to fight.
You knew that Marquise was going to come out and fight when he was coming out that store, correct?
No, I didn't know what was going to happen.
I mean, because you essentially said you want me to get my man, right?
I just wanted him to get away from the car.
All right, trial will pick back up today for day number 2. You can watch that trial live on our website, WTSP.com. Let's go to Palm Beach County now, where the school district has failed in a big way. The school district hired a private security firm called Invictus to train school security guards, but the firm didn't meet state guidelines, including uncertified instructors and passing underqualifying grades for firearms. And Sheriff Grady Judd is not happy about it.
The school board should understand this term, F, failure. That's what you did. You wasted the taxpayers' money, and you failed.
Judd says the school district had 18 months to comply with the law and use free resources, but they didn't. Now everyone at the school has to be retrained, and he wants an investigation into the school board there. Let's go to politics right now. The Trump administration is still struggling to clarify their stance on gun control, but survivors of the Parkland shooting have a very clear plan. It's called the Peace Plan for a Safer America, and it calls for a ban on assault weapons, red flag laws, a national gun registry, and a gun buyback program nationwide. The initiative is led by March for Our Lives. In Jacksonville Beach, it's been 25 years since Gary Ray Bowles strangled Walter Hinton to death. Bowles is slated to be executed tonight for that murder. After admitting to killing Hinton, who was gay, Bowles said he targeted homosexual men, but he's been fighting his death sentence for decades. And the rain, look, it has been relentless for the last several weeks, and it's led to these depressions in Pasco County, 20 of them now. They're still being called depressions. But how can you protect your home from sinking into the ground? 10 News reporter Emerald Morrow has some things that you can do to keep that from happening to you.
I'm Emerald Morrow in Pasco County, and you know what? It is really hard to look at all of these holes and feel good about your property, but sinkhole contractors say simple measures like having proper gutter systems on your home can keep depressions or holes from growing.
Use some of the preventative measures of making sure you keep the water away from your house. We have a lot of rain here. I see a lot of erosion problems when I go out. Anytime you have water storing around the foundation walls of your home, you're going to have more chances for erosion.
And if you're planning to build a new house in Pasco County, make sure you get that land tested first.
All right, thank you, Emerald. A man whose dream was to create music with nature was killed by a grizzly bear in Canada. His name was Julian Gaither. He was on a camping trip in the Northwest Territory when he was dragged out of his tent suddenly and mauled to death by that grizzly bear. He was with a colleague who was able to get help after the attack. Gaither's last Facebook post said his trip had been intense, tiring, and inspiring. Sad story. Back here in Florida, in Fort Lauderdale, an 11-year-old boy ran out of the water screaming, saying he was bitten by something just off the coast. Christian was in knee-high water when something bit his right foot. He had to get 17 stitches, but he's going to be okay. Doctors say it looks like it was a bite from a small shark. And the search continues this morning for two missing firefighters who went missing during a fishing trip. They left Port Canaveral on Friday. The Coast Guard has searched thousands of square miles for the men, and now they'll start searching just off the coast of South Carolina. All right, some good news. As you wake up on this Thursday, we're getting closer to the weekend. Prices at the gas pumps are dropping. They've dropped 17 cents a gallon across the nation, and it's expected to keep getting lower and lower. AAA predicts it'll decrease by another 20 to 25 cents as we approach the Labor Day holiday, which is very good news as we approach the Labor Day holiday weekend. All right, this morning, the Delta IV rocket is going to be blasting off from Cape Canaveral with one of the most advanced GPS satellites ever created.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. GPS technology plays such a huge role in our everyday lives that it's really hard to imagine, without having that. Just think about your phone. But it wasn't always so accessible. Let's go beyond the headline this morning and look at how GPS became such an important part of our lives. Like a lot of technology we have these days, GPS, or the Global Positioning System, came out of the U.S. trying to stay ahead of the Soviets. After the USSR launched Sputnik in 1957, two American physicists realized they could keep tabs on the satellite by tracking shifts in its radio signal. They then tried to do the opposite using satellites to pinpoint a person's location. Throughout the 1960s, the U.S. military experimented with several different satellite and land-based navigation systems, but it was ultimately the threat of nuclear war that pushed Congress to fund the multi-billion-dollar GPS satellite project. Fast forward to 1978, the military launches the first navigation system with timing and ranging, or Navstar satellite. The plan was to have a system of 24 Navstar satellites in orbit, which didn't happen until 1993. And GPS wasn't declared fully operational until 1995. Now, at first, GPS was a secret U.S. military project. It first came into the civilian sector in 1983 after the Soviet Union shot down a Korean air flight it thought was a spy plane. A few years later, in 1989, electronics company Magellan introduces the first handheld GPS device. And from there, the rest is history. The military and private companies continue to improve GPS technology and devices, bringing them to where they are today, with nearly everyone having a GPS device in their pocket. There are also now 31 GPS satellites in orbit, ensuring 24 are nearly always operational, so the system stays working at full capacity.
Pretty cool. And how about this coming up next? The iconic Pink Palace on St. Pete Beach is dishing up some culinary perfection in our latest Food for Thought. Well, good morning and thanks for being with us here on Brightside. 4:43 is the time on your Thursday morning. I'm Rob Finnerty. Let's talk about what's happening today in Tampa Bay. It is move-in day for students at the University of South Florida. It's already here. It's also the first day for their new president, Stephen Corral, there. He'll be greeting families and helping out during move-in day today, maybe even picking up some boxes and helping people move in as well. More than 6,000 students are going to be calling USF their home during this fall semester. Go get them out there. Well, 10 News is going to spin to win at the Gourmet Festival tonight at the Armature Works. It's part of a fundraiser for the Center for Women, full of food, drinks. A lot of local restaurants are going to be out there. It all starts at 5 o'clock. If you haven't been to the Armature Works, it's an awesome spot on the Hillsborough River. All right, later this morning, Tampa is going to vote for 2 more years of the Cross Bay Ferry. We're already talking about this. The ferry runs between downtown Tampa and downtown St. Pete. Tampa is the last to approve the extension. It will start again in November. Florida Blue is offering up free flu shots for the season. That starts today. It's going to happen on certain Thursday and Saturday afternoons throughout the fall at all Florida Blue centers. They're going to be happening not just in the afternoon. They're going to go from 10 into the afternoon to 1 o'clock. So 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. You'll also get a Walgreens gift card if you do get a vaccine. All right, Hernando and Pasco counties are rolling out their mobile dental program again. Premier Community Healthcare's program is going to offer screenings, which is pretty cool, exams, and both preventative and restorative care in their 40-foot mobile unit. The ribbon cutting will happen in Hernando County at noon today. All right, we're getting closer to that weekend, Grant. Gorgeous day yesterday, but it felt like just a hot summer day again.
It actually felt normal for
a
change, right? Those storms really delayed, not until later in the evening until we got those storms to roll through. But yeah, Rob, most of the day was sunny and hot. We are finding partly cloudy skies now in the Bay Area. Temperatures in Tampa at 80 degrees, dew point at 75. Dew point's up there. We're actually going to feel a little more moisture, not so much today, but beginning tomorrow. The humidity begins to return and we'll see some better chances for some showers and storms. For the time being, we're waking up with temperatures in the mid and upper 70s for most of us. 80 Tampa, 81 degrees currently in St. Pete. We've got 77 in Mulberry. Sarasota, 77 degrees as well. For the most part, we'll see those mid and upper 70s for the next couple of hours before we begin to warm once again. So this is a loop over the last 9 hours. You see those showers and storms that rolled through. In fact, a fairly strong storm rolling through northern Hillsborough and northern Pinellas County before it dissipated over the Gulf of Mexico. Big picture, finding just partly cloudy skies across the Bay Area this morning. A couple of showers and storms moving through the Keys. More scattered showers rolling in out of the Bahamas into southeast Florida this morning. Once again, we'll watch that east to westerly flow across the state. That may bring us a couple of isolated late afternoon or evening showers. By around 4 or 5 o'clock, we'll keep an eye on Highlands, Hardy, DeSoto County, maybe even southern Polk County for a couple of isolated showers. And then that rain could continue to move to the west, move through the Bay Area as we go through that evening commute, 6, 7, 8 o'clock. We might have a couple of raindrops out there. I'm not expecting much, only a 20% chance of rain today. That chance of rain will continue as we head through around 9 or 10 o'clock. And then once that sun sets, we will see that rain taper off pretty quickly. We'll see partly cloudy to mostly clear skies into tomorrow morning, but more moisture building over this eastern and southern part of the state. You see more cloud cover into tomorrow morning out towards the southeast coast of Florida, and then more cloud cover through tomorrow afternoon. More of a 40% chance for scattered showers and storms tomorrow. Where's this moisture coming from? Actually, a building tropical wave out of the Bahamas. That will push a little moisture in our direction. We're keeping an eye on that. Tropical depression Chantal continues to weaken as it tracks to the east. It's beginning to slow down as well, moving to the east at 17 miles per hour. Wind speeds now only at 35 miles per hour. It'll do a nice clockwise loop in the middle of the Atlantic before it becomes just a remnant low. No more concerns with that. Not that there ever really was any concern since it's in the middle of the ocean. This is a little bit more something to watch here as it tracks to the north, potentially developing over the weekend. Right now, only a 20% chance that it develops into a tropical system as it hugs the southeast coast and eventually looks like it moves off the Atlantic as well. 92 today, 20% chance of rain, and then a building chance for just some scattered afternoon and evening storms as we head through the weekend into the beginning of next week. All right, Grant. Anyone planning to go to the beach this weekend, finally the rain is going to be clearing out, which is a good thing. So if you're headed to St. Pete Beach, you got to try the fanciest, the nicest 4-star restaurant on St. Pete Beach. They're the Don Cesar. They're getting ready for some major renovations there at the Pink Palace too, so you'll want to check it out before those happen or after. But our resident 10 News foodie Candace Avila has got to check it out in today's Food for Thought.
Hi everyone, Candace Avilés here. Welcome to the iconic Don Cesar, also known as the Pink Palace. Let's show you some of their favorite dishes. Delicious, savory, sweet, those are just some of the ways to describe this awesome restaurant. Let's meet the chef.
I'm Chef Emily Ferrari here at the Maratona Grill inside the Don Cesar Hotel, and this is our beautiful lobster dish.
From melt-in-your-mouth lobster to delicious Southern comfort fried chicken, we got to try 4 of the best dishes at the Maratona Grill.
Dish number 1, our striped bass. So you should be getting a wonderful barley kind of flavor from the toasted farro that's in there, and then there's some really wonderful clean herbs and fresh garlic and oyster mushrooms.
I'm not gonna lie, this blew my expectations.
Dish number 2 is our main lobster dish, the hambar do osetra. So you should get a little bit of brininess from the osetra right on top, and then it's actually an anantu sauce, which is originally a crayfish sauce. We did a little bit of a twist and added some shellfish to it.
Dish number 3 was a killer fried chicken with mashed potatoes, slaw, and all.
The bomb. Man, you can't go wrong with fried chicken.
Nope.
Last dish, what do we got?
You have our twist on a Waldorf salad, so you should get some nice sweetness from the apples and the nuts that we do it in, and then the Brick Street Farm greens are just nice and crisp, and it's a house-made lemon aioli we toss it in.
These dishes are all part of the Dining Through the Decades menu. As the hotel prepares for renovations, each week they feature a different decade of food. When you come to this 4-diamond restaurant, you'll have a fine dining experience in a relaxed atmosphere. What better place to come for a night out?
Oh, one of my favorite places down there. I haven't been to that restaurant, but definitely been to the beach there. All right, if you want to check out their renovations, they're going to be doing renovations on the lobby there at the Don Cesar, but the restaurant will stay open while they're doing that. All right, we promise you'll do a double take when you see Charlize Theron in the trailer for Bombshell, or you might not see her at all.
Whoa. It is Friday Eve. What's happening? Here's your entertainment news, The Buzz. I'm Jabari Thomas. Kim Kardashian West is finally sharing a photo of all 4 of her kids together. Yeah, the photo comes from her vacation in the Bahamas. Kim says the shot featuring Psalm, Chicago, Saint, and North was almost impossible to get. Daughters Chicago and North are wearing matching bathing suits with their mom and son. Saint and Psalm wore dark green swimsuits.
Tough to wrangle the kids.
Yeah.
You know, get them all together for the same
all those
shot.
names, though, they're kind of, you know,
yeah,
kind of cool. And speaking of kids, filmmaker Quentin Tarantino is going to be a dad. Oh, yeah. The 56-year-old is expecting his first child with wife Daniela. The pair were married last year after dating for a year. And Duchess Meghan Markle is sharing a sneak peek of her new fashion line. She's partnering with her fashion designer friend to create a capsule collection. Proceeds benefits her charity SmartWorks, which helps prepare unemployed women for job success. Prepare to do a double take. Charlize Theron is Megyn Kelly in the new movie Bombshell. Lionsgate released the official teaser for the film yesterday. It tells the story of the women at Fox News during Roger Ailes' tenure and his downfall. The movie also features Nicole Kidman and Margaret Robbie. John Lithgow plays Ailes.
Pretty wild.
Yeah.
I mean, she looks just like Megyn Kelly right there.
Yeah. Pretty cool, though. It's a lot of news movies are coming out, right?
Yeah. And this one, I mean, think about it. The Roger Ailes thing just happened.
Yeah.
A couple years ago. They're already making a movie, so fast turnaround there. Wow. Hey, if you want to take Brightside on the go with you, you can do that each and every day. You can stay in the know with our daily countdown, which is available on Instagram. Plus, don't forget about the daily newsletter we've got. It's called Brightside Blend. You can find that on our website, WTSP.com.
Also on the website is our 7-day forecast, or you can just have a look at the screen right here. I think we've got the 7-day for you. Do we have it? Yeah? Yes? No? You're going to make me a liar. Okay. Hey, that's a little bit of drama.
Rainbow wheel.
92 this afternoon, guys. 20% chance for an isolated shower developing later on this evening into the overnight. Really mainly dry conditions today. We will see more afternoon showers and storms through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Into next week, our pattern shifts. So we get into that pattern where we see morning showers and storms with that rain pushing inland through the second half of the day. So a switch in the pattern, switch in that timing. through next week. But I don't think the weekend's a washout, but plan on scattered afternoon and evening storms. Morning looks like it should still be rain-free. Maybe some isolated showers developing through lunchtime. So if you start thinking about those weekend plans, start thinking morning time outside. Afternoon, you may have to run indoors to dodge those showers and storms.
All right. Thank you, Grant. The news, the fun, the levity, us plus Laura. We'll join you at 5. Join us. Stay with us.
Us.
Here.
Here.